Oh,
Hello.
hello, welcome to the M&H Distillery here in Tel Aviv, Israel. We are located in the middle of the city here, so this is probably the greenest spot you can get. The distillery is just a few meters around, behind us. And this is Tomer, my name is Tal. The distillery was established at 2012 and the first distillation took place at...
2014.
Who was the first master distiller?
Jim Swan was our first consultant and master distiller, and he helped us plan all the distillery and the recipes and everything.
Great, so we have another sip and let's go inside.
Let's go.
Welcome to our distillery's backyard. This is where we get all of our raw material and of course all the empty casks.
Look at the sun.
Yeah, the sun is not only, it's not a suntan, it's a sunburn.
Here we have the water lab, and what we do is taking Tel Aviv's municipal water and doing reverse osmosis. Then we add minerals and salt via recipe.
We are actually making two kinds of water. One is for the production, for the brewing and distilling of the whiskey, and the other one is for the machinery, just to keep it safe and to keep it going.
Here at the grain mill, we take the barley seeds and break it so we can expose the starch inside and use it later on, melt it for the whiskey. Here at the mash tun, we use 1 ton for each batch with 6,000 liters of water.
We have 2 tons a day, 2 batches a
2
day.
batches a day, that's right.
What we do here is 2 things. One, we melt the sugars into the wort, and the second thing is we turn the starch into fermentable sugars. So we get a very clean wort afterwards because we have a false bottom.
We have false bottom, and we got a really clear wort before it moves to the next stage in the fermentation tanks.
Okay.
Another thing is the angle that the water and the barley comes into the mash tun is 45 degrees, and it mixes inside the mash tun in the air, so it causes a really good extract of the sugars in the wort. These are the fermentation tanks, or the wash beds. Here we take the wort from the mash tun, we add the yeast that converts the sugars into alcohol, and at the final of this stage, after 72 hours, we got a wash of around 7 to 8% alcohol.
The fermentation time differs from summer to winter because in the summer it's shorter, it's much hotter, winter are drier and a little chiller, so it's going to be a bit longer, but the longest is 72 hours, something like that. After that, we can actually distill it.
The 7 to 8% wash pumped into this wash still, and basically we are doing double distillation. We are following the Scotch rules in making single malt whiskey.
This one has a nice story. It's a 9,000 liter, very old still. We found it second-hand on a website. It was lying in a barn in Romania. It said it's 9,000 liter, but it was just standing next to a door. When we got there, we saw it's a barn door. It was a very big one. It was in a good shape. I think the copper shape was good. And Dr. Jim Swan, the late Dr. Jim Swan, that was our first master distiller, really liked the shape and of course how it looks. It took almost like a year to get it going again with the jacket and everything, but it's in a great shape. It's a very old one, 9,000 liter wash still. The second one was actually handmade for us, custom made for us in Germany by Carl Company. But let's talk a little bit about the wash.
So after first first distillation, we got low wines at around 33% alcohol. Then we move it to the spirit still, to 3,500 liter spirit still. for a second distillation. After second distillation, here we are doing the cut, and we cut really high. We cut from 80% to 70%, and at the final we got the heart of around 73% alcohol, the spirit.
But it's very thick and very fruity hard because it's so
right.
thin and so high.
The line arm of both stills are 45 degrees down. That causes a really thick and oily spirit.
We need a fruity spirit for the next step, but this angle causes it almost no reflux at all, just clean spirit. Tomer! Hello?
Here we are at warehouse number 2. Right now at the distillery we have around 2,500 casks.
Yep.
And we are filling around 800 casks annually.
So if you can see here, we are sweating. It's very hot here. We don't do any climate control in the warehouses, which means a big percent of angel share every year.
Unlike cold countries that lose around 2 to 3% angel share annually, we are losing 10 to 11% a year.
But we gain it in a very fast maturation because of this climate. I think I'm an angel.
Yeah.
This one is just younger than 3 years.
Yes, it's 2 years and 2 months. And look at the color. It's all natural color. We don't use any coloring here. And it already feels, yes, like a whiskey, but feels like a really good one.
Yeah. It is a very young one, and you can actually feel the alcohol strength. It's around 67 or something like that. We fill the cask at 4.5, 64%, and sometimes the ABV goes up because of the climate. But not only this kind of cask, not only ex-bourbon and STR. We have plenty of other casks, and not only here in Tel Aviv. We have some other places around the country. This is what Jim Swan really liked. Israel is a very small country with around 5 climate zones. We have some casks lying around at the deepest place, the most lowest place in the world, which is the Dead Sea, minus 438 meters below sea level, on a roof of a hotel.
That's amazing to see the differences between twin casks aging in different climate zones.
Here in the next to Mediterranean, and the other one is down at the Dead Sea. But what are the other kind of casks you have here?
We have ex-rum, which gives really, really nice sweet flavors.
This one is ex-Isla. We have ex-Isla casks, which you get a lot of pittiness and earthiness and some maritime scents from the casks. We actually use those casks, but we have some pitted barley waiting to be 3 years. Every 6 months we stop for 2 weeks and do some pitted barley. We call it the pit week, and then everything here smells very smoky.
Other cask that we have is ex-cognac, ex-pomegranate wine cask.
Sherry, port style.
Red wine cask, and a lot
rye.
Beer cask.
Lots of other.
We really like to play with casks and to experience everything.
Exactly. Welcome to Tomer's lab. When we have our air condition on, Tomer.
Here we're looking for the perfect balance in our whiskeys. We're doing the blending here, and all of our expressions came out from here. Here we blend different types of casks.
I think the most important thing for us is we like the balance. We like all of our expressions to be very balanced. So if you're using a sherry cask, it's not going to be a sherry bomb. It's going to be very balanced. You're going to fill the sherry, but not overpowering, not overcoming, nothing of the other styles of the whiskeys inside. Thinking outside the box, trying all the time, and having a nice drink from time to time. Cheers, Tom.